Hey everyone. So it's been a long time since I've gone live, and it's something that I want to start doing more of. And so I wanted to just hop on and say hi and see how you're doing, and let me know if you're watching. My cats are here, and we are playing with the red light. So they might show up on the live as well. But I wanted to just, say hi. Let me know if you're watching either now or later and watching the replay. But I would love to see how everyone is doing. Um, and I wanted to kind of just also just share a few tips today as well. So I have some tips for you. So if you kind of just been feeling tired, and foggy or not just kind of not feeling like yourself lately, I'm going to kind of walk through just some three common mistakes that I see a lot of women, a lot of my clients are making these days. So we're going to kind of walk through those. But if you have things too that you are, actually, I'm going to show you one of the cats right now. And then the other one is over there too. So they're kind of just like hanging out. But if you are kind of just feeling tired and foggy and like I said, just not like yourself lately, I'm going to walk through three of the mistakes that I see a lot of women making. Honestly, just people in general, but these are three mistakes. So number one is skipping breakfast. So man, my cat is somewhere here. So I see a lot of women skip breakfast or grab a really sugary breakfast. So basically, what happens when you skip breakfast, when you actually do, so there's a couple of things going on. So I definitely recommend having breakfast within like an hour of waking up, because when you wake up, your cortisol is high, and by having breakfast you're gonna lower your cortisol. And so I recommend something, not something that's sugary necessarily, right? So like I want you to have maybe something that's high fiber, high protein as well. So make sure that you are having something. I know that intermittent fasting is definitely something that has become something that a lot of people are doing, and it works great for men, but unfortunately for women, it's not so great. And so you want to avoid doing intermittent fasting for, extended periods of time, and instead you want to have breakfast. And so there are definitely a lot of things that I would recommend. So definitely something that is plant rich. I personally will start with some kind of like protein rich food. It could be anything from a tofu scramble. Sometimes, just to make it easy, I will have like a green smoothie with protein powder in it, just because it's easier. But also other great options are things like oatmeal, chia seed pudding, which is high fiber and high protein. And then you can add a lot of things to it. So I'm all about nutrient diversity. So definitely try to have a really great breakfast. So don't skip breakfast, and try to have something that is high fiber and high protein as well. The second thing that I see a lot of people doing is they will sit for hours without moving. So what happens when you are sitting for a long time? You'll end up having stiff joints, poor circulation, low energy. So instead, my recommendation is you want to try to get up. So you might be sitting right now on Instagram, but you have a few minutes. So just do micro movements. So get up, do 10 minutes, maybe even if you have 3 minutes, just get up and move. So it could be simply something as walking. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be like this intense movement, but just something that you are, so that you're moving your body and you are circulating your, circulating your blood and your blood flow and all of that. I would also say, if you can, try to walk after meals. Like, try to get some movement after your meals. It's going to balance your blood sugar. You could also just do stretch breaks every 60 to 90 minutes as well. So that would be mistake number 2, is just like sitting for hours without moving. And that will, of course, drain your energy. Now, when you're feeling tired, you might feel like, well, I don't have the energy to move, but it's counterintuitive. But when you actually do get up and you move, you will actually get more energy. So mistake number 3 is trying to do everything perfectly. So what ends up happening is you might go all in, all at once, but then you're going to be inconsistent, you're going to burn out, and then it becomes this all or nothing mindset. So instead, what you want to do is start small, layer habits, do small things, and then over time it becomes a lifestyle, and you will start to just do these things naturally, and it becomes part of your day. And it becomes part of your routine. So mistake number 1 is skipping breakfast. So you don't want to do that. Mistake number 2 is sitting for hours without moving. So we talked about that. And then mistake number 3 is trying to do everything perfectly, because it's not possible. So if you're doing any of these, you are not alone, but all of these things are fixable. So these are the kind of habits that we're going to be doing and improving upon in my upcoming program called the Energy Habit Method. So if you want to learn more, if you want early access, just comment energy here and I will send you the waitlist priority link with all the details, and you will get first access. You will get the founders rate as well, founders pricing. So if you are interested or even just kind of curious about it, just type in energy in the comments. So let me know if you have any questions about anything that we went over in this live, and if you have things that you want me to go over in upcoming lives. I am planning on doing this more frequently, more often. So there is something about like having that interaction on an Instagram live that is really great. So if you're watching the replay later as well, just let me know and say hi. And I hope everyone has a great evening, and I will see you soon. Bye.